closer. I'm seeing a lot of white spaces when I speak to clients at the moment. Can you tell me about your white spaces? How's it feeling right now for you guys? And as I go through this webinar, there's 3 things. We've just had a conversation right now. It was crazy. Cool. Becky, I have 2 salons, but closing one down at Christmas Eve. We should chat. Let's see what's going on in them salons and why you're closing them down. Contracting is sometimes not the way to go unless there's issues there. Like even today, we had our our gas bill here in this house was usually about $99 a month, and we've now had a bill for $390. So it's gone up a huge amount. My partner, Julie, has a salon and she normally pays a few hundred a month. Hers is now $700 for one electric bill and $400-500. Like it's gone up to $1,200. These are going to hurt you, and we need to make sure that we stay ahead. We've got to pass them on. Inflation is on the rise. Interest is going up, which is going to hit a lot of your clients. And then staff shortages, of course, are going to be massive because a lot of your team members, if you're not paying them enough, are going to leave the industry and go and work for a supermarket chain, I'm sure. There's a tough year ahead for some, but there's good news for others. The 3 biggest things that will influence your business for the next 2 years. Most people are quoting that this looming recession is going to last a few years, and I don't doubt them at all. Interest rates in Australia are going up to a hurting amount. Like even my son, who's a gardener, his weekly amount that he puts by has gone up by $400, which is massive for us considering our wage. For you guys here, they're creeping up and they're going to keep going, and we're going to feel the pain, which means if clients are going to part with their money, they're going to do it in a certain way. And we want to make sure that we're the ones. We know rising bills. Now we can sit and we can bloody well moan about this because it's really annoying. But the way I see it is we have the capability as a salon owner to swallow these bills without it hurting us. And I want to show you that today. One of the things that's going to hit us hard is few client visits. A lot of clients are not leaving you as yet. They're just dragging it out. They're moving it a few weeks, or they're looking for cheaper alternatives. And that, the white spaces that will appear, will really push your wage percentage out of whack. Now, if we're feeling the pain, how do you think that your staff are feeling? They can't pay themselves anymore. They have a limit of what they can earn. You know, they may even leave the industry completely. But it's not all bad news for some of you on this call. Good salons always come through a recession stronger. If you have systems in place, if you know what you're doing, if you know your numbers, you will come through this stronger. The one that has winged it and will always struggle, I promise you, they'll have low or no profit today, and they will be forced to close down. They have no buffer, and we need that buffer made. We only had a conversation today with a few people when I was living in Edinburgh, and I spoke to a few clients of mine, and they have a whopping buffer because we did so well with them in 2022, the year they opened. We took on so many clients, and then almost 80 to 90% of them did a 30% increase in their business. Think that what that means to you right now, where you are now. Can you imagine 1/3 more money? And that's what they did. But they're going for another 1/3 this year. No profit. If everything is going up and you don't increase your takings, profit will be squeezed. I'm actually going to pause for a second. If all the bills are going up and you don't increase money, everything, your profit will be squeezed out to non-existence. We need to act. Interest is increasing. We've had it good for so long because it wasn't supposed to be that low, but it is. It's just going back up to normal. Pay yourself and your staff more. Let's get used to it. Let's not even realize that this is one of our issues. We know when we dive in at the moment, it's going to be sitting between 9 and 13%. That is a whopping increase. That means if you don't grow your business between 9 and 13%, you're actually going to decrease your takings right now. There's nothing else we can do unless you up it. It states 2022 was 8.8. It's going to hit 12% by the time it's finished. And we need to make sure that it doesn't affect us. So we need to up our business by at least this amount. That's our goal. The recession is said to be worse than 2008. A lot of businesses went broke. I personally had my biggest year ever in business because I put systems in place, which I want to share with you today. For you guys that don't know me, I talk fast when I get going, which I will do from now on. I'm a lifestyle salon coach. I started my hairdressing career as an apprentice. Then I became a salon owner and a senior stylist, and then a salon owner. Then I sold my salon, went to Australia and opened up multiple salons, and then got to a stage where I was struggling to cut hair without my glasses. And I decided that I started to help other salon owners that were really struggling. I didn't realize that salon owners struggled. I found it quite easy. There was no rags to riches for me. I opened a salon. I did really well. I had lots of other things that happened in my business, like I couldn't afford to pay my VAT or my GST or my tax, just like you guys did. And that was my learning curve. But the reality was my job in 2015 was to become a salon coach. And I did that because the fire in my belly was bigger, helping salon owners, teaching them what I had learned over my 25 years as being a salon owner, compared to doing my local cut and blow dry or Mona on 9 o'clock for a blow dry. The reality was my fire was stronger to teach than it was to do hair. Last year in 2022, we made an extra £3.8 million for our clients that are with us here in the UK. 3.8 million. I'm going to break that down for you as we go forward. These are some of the clients that we taught back in 2022 when everyone else was struggling. Like we did one salon owner, they did 72,626 in 12 months. This other client had grown her salon by 105,657. This is extra to what they did before they came to us. Another salon owner didn't do so well, but they did 89,838. We had one person that did only 40 grand. We've got another person that did 147. And this particular person had 2 salons, and we grew his business by 87 grand. That's the difference. And I know there's people on this call, you know who you are. I saw you just this weekend. You know who you are. You're listening to me right now. She's one of my clients, and we've grown her business by thousands since she's been with us. And we're not lying. This is truth. We can keep you focused. You will be one of these success stories that we will talk about next year. Let's talk about the issue number 1. Rising bills are already happening. How many of you on this call, hit the Q&A, how many of you on this call right now are seeing that your bills are going up? Home or business? Let's hear a yes or let's hear a no. Am I making this up, or are your bills coming up? Hit that Q&A, guys. Let me find out that we're on the same track as before. Love that, Julie. Yeah, I saw you move premises. I'm so glad that you did. That's fantastic. I'm hoping your profit is going up just exactly the same. It's all about the money in the bank, because there's some tough times ahead, especially for new businesses that move, of course. Tough times. Stock. Let's deal with this. You need to start buying wisely. Don't let the reps push you around. Be frugal. You should, as a hair salon, if you're on this call right now, you should be only spending about 10%. If you're beauty, let's push it to 15. But you need to have a system that doesn't make you go over that 10%. That's the key. A lot of your money is going because you're spending way more than 10%. And if you can't control that, we need to put a system in place. Your utilities, work out what they might get to. Now let's break this down. We know your bills are going up. We know they're going to be absolutely bonkers. And we can moan. Trust me, it's annoying. I had a conversation with my partner just today. I'm sitting here working away. And she went, bloody hell, you'll never guess what. I'm thinking, my God, someone's died. And she went, the electricity is only charging us almost 400 a month. So what? We can't do anything about it. Like we can't. We can blame anything. But to me, let's find the solution. So let's find that solution right now. Inflation, you've had it so good for so long. If you need more money, let's make it happen. Like don't just sit there, guys, and take it. Don't let someone smack you about in your business. Let's time to make it. So we need to get you some more money at least. This is my thoughts. Let's say your salon take is at 20 grand. a month, and your stock's 3,000, your bills are 3.5, give or take, and your wages are 10 grand, and your gas is now going to go up by 200% because that's what it bloody well is, isn't it? Annoying, I know. But let's just say, right? So it means that 400 a month we've got to find. So let's work it down. It's only £26 a day. Why don't we just put something going on, get our team to make us £26 a day, set a new target of 20,800, because that's the difference per month, and just bung it in a bank account called utilities, UWANKER, and stick it in there. And then every month, move your 26 quid in every single day. And when the bill comes in, you just pay it. Eventually, one day, the bills are going to come down, and you'll be so used to putting this money in this bank account that that will be your bonus. But you've got to start thinking about it. So whatever you take right now, you're going to have to work out, what do I need to take to make this stop annoying me, to make me stop focusing on growing my business and pulling me back into the bit where I don't want to be. It's pulling you in. You see, every moment you're not focusing on growing your business, it's pulling you back. And we don't want to do that. We want to drive you forward, not backwards. The best way to increase taking is think of a goal. I said to you earlier on, we decided to grow our business by 30%. Now, if you came on board with us at the end of this webinar, we're going to give you a chance to come and join us. And we're going to do a bonus like you've never seen before. I promise you, I have never done this, but you will get offered something at the end of this that I've never done before. But the first thing we do with you is we set you up with a 30% goal. So if you're here now, wherever you are, if you're doing 100K at the moment, we're going to set you at 130K. If you're on 200K, we're going to set you at 260K. If you're on a 300K, we're going to set you at, oh my God, 390K. How do we do that? Because it keeps us and you focused. And then the bills are going to be irrelevant in your world. Other people that haven't set a goal and the other people that are just moaning, they're going to continually moan for the next year and a half, but you won't get them anymore because you're not part of that world. You see, we truly believe by setting that 30%, it's not a lot. Like if you're on 280,000 now, which you might think is a lot of money, and we set you a 30% growth, that's almost 100,000 money more. But it's only 1,600 a week. And if you broke that down to each individual stylist, if you've got 5 stylists in there, it's not really more than 300 a week per stylist. You divide that by 5 days a week. I mean, really, when you think about it, it's only a couple of quid a day. It's so easy to do that. Take a look, £64 a day. If you can't work on your business, if we know we can work on your business and make your average bill go up, and the client 64 quid from a whole day's worth of work is very doable. It's doable, guys. You can do this. That's worth 100 grand to you. Think about it. I want you to lock that figure in, 100,000. I want a question before we move on. Hit the Q&A. What would 100,000 extra in your takings mean to your business right now? 100 grand. Would it mean much? I know what it means to me. What would it mean to you? What would you do with that extra 100 grand? Bung in the Q&A, guys. Help me out here as I keep working through. I want to make sure we're still on the same page. So you've got to do your homework. Find out where you are now. What's your break-even point? So where you are now, where do you start? After this, you start making profit. And then you'll know the figure that you cannot go below before you start losing business. You see, you need to know your break-even figure. How much does it cost to open your doors, pay your stock, pay your bills, pay your staff, and what's left is profit? What's that number? That's the key to this. Once you know that number, it's really good. Naomi, please, I want to high five you, Naomi. I really want to do. Most people, I would say 99.9% of the people I speak to that are salon owners say that. If I had more money, I would pay my team more. They deserve it. And Naomi, they do. We've all been hairdressers, we've all been beauticians, and we've all worked really hard. And they do deserve more. We have clients that are paying their staff £23 an hour. I spoke to someone 2 days ago, one of my clients, they're paying their Australian person $50 an hour. You see, people need more money, but there's only one pot. And if we can all fill it with more, the pot grows and then we can share it. And I'm going to be truthful. You need to have your bit, and so does your staff. And this all comes down to, if you don't know how to grow your business, you better start learning. Yeah, Leslie, exactly the same. More training, happy staff, more options. Like guys, we know we need more money. We want more money. We want to be able to share and look after our team members. They're good to us. So you've got to find out your break-even point. You've got to find out your numbers. You need to know. If you don't know them, it's time to learn. You need to know your profit and loss and check it monthly. When we knew the recession was looming, we took a lot of our clients down to London and we opened up a day's training on a profit and loss, another day's training, setting them up with a profit and loss. And we built this for a reason, because you need to start watching what money's coming in and what money's going out. And you've got to do this on a monthly basis, because things are getting really tight. This is what we built for people. We built them a 3-year forecast of every single thing of their money coming in, their stock going out, their general bills, their wages, and how much profit they've got. And we built this so every month they knew exactly what it is. How valuable would this be to your business? Knowing exactly every penny that's going to come out for the next 3 years. You can plan your life this way. We also have a system called Profit Now. If you really, truly want to make some serious money, you have to adopt this Profit Now system. It is so good. It's the basis. Once it's all sorted, is like your business bank account, and then you must open a wages account. You must open a stock account. You must open a tax or GST or VAT account. And you've got to have a profit account where you're going to pay you and your staff more. And then you want a 2% buffer for rainy days. This gets done because somewhere before this, we build a sheet for you guys and we figure out what percentages of your business should be on stock, what should be. And if I'm baffling you right now, then we shouldn't. We are salon owners, business people, entrepreneurs even, which means that people are looking to you to get paid more, to make more money, to attract people to the business. This is not just about marketing. This is about being a true business person. So we must cut costs. I think right now, and this is a fact, we did this in London. I'd love you to do it if you possibly can. Go through every single bill you've got and cut it by 10%. But this means your merchant fee, your bills, your accountant, your insurances, your stock. Work out literally across all your bills, even wages, and figure out, this is what we did. Let me, if I get that through here now, let me go here just for a second. We went and got a statement from the bank. We printed them out. And then we got, let's do it here. We got a pink color and we got a yellow color. Don't ask me why, we just did. Yellow's not working out too well here, but we did get a yellow. Let's do something you can see. Let's do blue, just for argument's sake. And we went through our bank statements, and what was pink, we were going to phone them up and try and get it cheaper. And what was yellow, we wanted to keep because we liked that. But here's the key. If you're working with a good stock company at the moment, you don't want to change. We want to cut costs, but we still want to keep investments. So if they give you good training, you may want to pay a little bit over the odds and stay with them. If you have a salon coach, you probably won't want to dump your salon coach right now. They're the ones that are going to make you money through hard times. They are not a bill. If I thought I was a bill, then something's wrong. You see, we should be an investment. You give us X amount of money and we make you X amount of money. That's what should happen with a good salon coach. I'd like to share with you this one. I finally got a win to share. Today I achieved something I never expected I would. I got a mortgage offer large enough to buy my very own flat in London. It was central London, let me tell you. No parents to help out, just an idea and some hard work. There's no doubt Lifestyle Salon Coach has made this possible. Thanks, Richard, McCabe, and everyone else. So happy to have found you all. I'm going to tell you something about this particular person who's here right now. This guy came to us 2 years ago. He grew his business by 100%. Last year, he grew his business by 100%. This year, he's on target. It's not so good. He's now on 50%. But he went from 100,000 business and he's sitting very close now to about 400K, 480,000. He's going to break the 500,000 in 2 years. He is a bomb. People call him a goat. You know, that's the analogy that people call people. He's doing well. He takes what we teach and he implements it, and it works, and he makes himself some serious money. Let's dive in to issue number 2. Come on, guys, tell me, come on, how many white spaces are you seeing at the moment? I am getting a hell of a lot. People are dragging out their appointments. It's like November just hit, and it was like off a sheer cliff. Tell me I'm not the only one, or my clients, or people I speak to aren't clients, or affecting this. Are you seeing white spaces than you've ever seen before right now? Because if so, we need to act. Hit the Q&A. Hit me out, guys. Come on, it's interaction here. Don't stop me now. I don't want to press pause on this. We're on a journey together. Like, people are just dragging it out and they're saving money. And this is dangerous. This was going to cost me back in 2008, 165,000 a year. 165,000 a year if I didn't act. And let me explain why. Let's just say you have a client that comes every 12 weeks, okay? Quite regular. If having a color and a cut, 12 weeks, you might think is probably, you know, normal. And let's say they drag it out. They drag it out and drag it out, and now they're coming every 16 weeks, okay? This time they come 4 times a year. This time they come 3 times a year. Now, if that happens to almost every single client you've got, you are losing 1/4 of your business. So if your business at the moment is doing 400,000, you will literally lose £100,000. If your business is doing 160,000, let's just say, you're going to lose 1/4 of that. So your business is going to lose this year 40K. That's how impactful this is. We have to do something about clients dragging it out. It's huge. If your business is doing 250,000, you are going to lose, you know, more like 70 grand this year. How impactful is that for your business right now? It's massive, right? If you're a nail salon and your clients come every 3 weeks, they're dragging it to 5, like, you're going to lose almost half your business. So we have to act. This cannot be ignored. Cannot be ignored. Clients dragging out their appointments is a killer. White spaces will be decided as to whether you make a good profit or you're going to struggle. This one strategy made us the most profit in 2008 when most salons were struggling, and it's still as relevant today. Like I said, we were going to lose 165,000. My business at the time was doing about 9.8 weeks between appointments, and it was creeping up to 10.8 weeks, and that was going to cost me 165,000. So what I did was I pulled that back, and I got my clients to come in at 8 weeks, which means I made 165,000, which was really more like 300,000 in comparison of what was going to happen in my business, because I actually acted on this, and I built the module that I used on this, and I have it for my clients to use, and they're implementing it right now. You see, if you do 240 clients, which is roughly what most people do every 8 weeks, you can see the difference by people dragging it all out. If they get to 9 weeks, you're going to lose yourself 10 grand. If they drag out an extra week, you're going to lose yourself 20 grand. And another one, you're losing 30,000. If you have 5 staff members, you'll be losing 50 grand. 50 grand. If you implemented this and you took people from 12 to 8 weeks, think about it. For every single 10,000 a week gained or lost, it's your choice. It's a numbers game, guys, a huge numbers game. Donna, this is the story I hear. People have been fully booked, even really new salons and really good salons, and it's just starting, and it's going to get worse. And they don't know what to do because they say to me, I've never needed to look for new clients ever. And now the spaces are appearing. But Donna, if you put this strategy in place, we can save some of these clients that are dragging it out, or maybe they're going to leave you because you're too expensive. We've got to figure out what to do. You see, new clients, only 17% stay. Good salons, we get to 25%, but great salons get to 50. And that means you get to grow your business 3 times faster than anyone else. That's why when you systemize your business, it really makes a difference. When you work on the client journey, it really makes a difference. And right now, when people are choosing where to spend their money, do they come to you? Do they go to a mobile hairdresser? Do they go to the self-employed person down the road? They come to you for a reason. And we need to make sure it is because of your perfection. Here's one of the keep in touch strategies we did. Sent out beat the clock email. I got 2 bookings in the first hour. Take a look at this. The key to this group is easy, really. Just do what Richard says. I earned 2,149 in vouchers sold in a day. That's what we did in a day. This one, sent out a beat the clock email, 2 bookings in the first hour. We've got to be able to send something out to our clients and they actually give us money and lock in that appointment. That's what we need to try and do. That is issue number 2. People are dragging it out. You need to fix this because nothing is going to stop it but you. Issue number 3. Staff wanted more money. This got me panned from everywhere. I did a talk with Sophia Hilton a few weeks ago. I did a talk with Dom Heyman. They were very impressed with this. I speak to Sophia. I was speaking to her this morning about doing this webinar. She's got a business course that's coming out later on. It's more on leadership. It's not about business and saving your business. It's not what it's about. Also, with Dom Heyman, he personally messaged me and said, Richard, if I was going to book a coach, I would choose you. You can see that in his comments because I don't do fluff. The reality to this is if you're on this call, there's a real good chance that you need some help somewhere. And today just may be that day. And I believe, and I've said this to my clients from the last 4 months, I said to them, if you can go into your staff members any day this week, this was 4 months ago, and give them a 5% increase, please do. And we sat down and we worked out the money, how much it would cost them, and they walked into their businesses and gave a 5% increase. A couple of my clients that are doing really, really well have gone back in since only last month and given them another 5%. So they've had a 10% increase in their takings because they don't want their staff to leave. You see, they think that training new staff members is more expensive than giving their staff they've got a little bit extra money. But you need to know your numbers. You need to know you're growing. You need to know how much profit you've got. You need to know your break even. And that's where we come in to help you do that. You need to know your stuff. Staff need. I've put staff wanting more money. I should have crossed that out. In fact, I'm going to do it right now. I think, to be truthful, staff need. And if they come to you and they ask you for a pay rise and you give it to them, they will see that as deserving. Not that you did them a favor. So right now, if you went into your team and paid them more money, they would think that you're really caring and you really want to help them out. But the moment they ask, can I have some more money on skint? It's not a favor. It's not you doing goodwill. It's the fact they think they deserved it and they've asked for it. And we need to be in there first because we don't want the staff to leave. And we don't want them to have the power say, I asked for more money, I get it, because they're going to come back. So you've got to be on the ball. So find a way to pay them more before they ask. A gift, or is it deserved? You must, and I'm going to repeat this again, you must get your staff to 3 times their wage. It has never been important. If your staff can't get to 3 times wage, something's wrong. You haven't got enough bums on seats, or the average bill is poor. You've got to work on one or the other. We have modules that do that. That's how we get you the 30% increase. We do it by 10% by getting more clients through the door. We give you 10% on getting clients to return. We do 10% by making sure the client journey is perfect. And that's how we give you a 30% increase. And that's how you can get your team to hit 3 times what you pay them. This is not a need anymore. In times like this, it's a must. And if you are not got your teams to 3 times, there's a good chance that you're overstaffed. And that is not a good place to be when things start getting tough. That's why 30% is the holy grail for every salon owners. And most of our teams we work with are between 30 and 35. Unless they don't work the floor at all, then we're quite happy for them to get to 40 or 44% because they're not doing nothing and earning decent money. Go to them even if you can't afford it yet. Don't wait to be asked. Plan to do it, guys. You don't have to give them the money. You could go to them right now and say, I want to give you an extra 5% pay rise. I want to do my best before Christmas or just after Christmas to get this money to you, and then start the ball rolling. Set your targets, find out what the numbers are, find out what you need to do, and let's make it happen. And I promise you, your team will love you for it. Let me show you. Let's say your average wage is £10 per hour, which is quite standard here in the UK. So it's 400 a week. Give them a 5% increase. It's 20 quid. £20. Can you not afford to give your team 20 quid? So 5 staff, you're going to be 100 worse off, 5,000 a year. Then make the 5,000 back. So if you're £100 out of pocket a week, you up your targets or their targets by 20 each. It's doable. But imagine walking into your team and saying, here's a 5% pay rise, and they're 20 quid better off. They will love you for it. It will help them put extra petrol in their car or food on the table for their kids or pay the electricity bill without putting stress on them. 20 bloody quid. And the answer is simple. Make sure that the client journey is impeccable so you don't lose any clients, rebook stay high, retail becomes really good, and the average bill grows so it doesn't cost you a penny. The potential growth. Think about this. If you're sitting there right now, and this is pretty low for anybody, let's say your average bill is 20 and you've got 100 clients a week coming into your salon, you'll be sitting around 104,000 a year. Not bad, eh? Let's just put £5, £5 on, and not one new client. You're now on 130. If we could get your bill to 30, that's only a £10 increase. That's not a lot. Think about it. That's only what? A treatment or the odd retail product. £10. You're now on 156. That's 52,000 more a year by doing the client journey, guys. And just think, just say you dreamt it, you went from 20 to 40 or 35 to 50. We're talking here, guys, of 100 grand. Some of this is 160 grand. Does anyone know what the average bill is right now? Imagine putting £10 on per client you got in per week for the year. It's huge. It's a bit of effort. You got to learn the client journey, teach it to your team, make sure the clients love it. Average bill goes up. Thank your team. Maybe give them a bit of a pay rise. It's all how businesses grow. That's how we can hand on heart say, we'll set your target at 30% when you join us. 30%. We make this happen. We've got systems to build this for you. Raise the value and up your game. Make your client journey second to none. I want to give you a big hint. I haven't done this before. I've been traveling the UK right now, teaching the client journey. And I want you to remember this. This is a little bit of coaching that I want to throw in for you guys, because you guys have been really good with interaction. Picture this. Salon A and your salon. When this client is at Salon A, she'll go here and she will search. Picture this, guys. Just hear me out for 2 seconds. If you were going to take your nan or your boyfriend or girlfriend or husband and wife out for a meal or a family member, and you want to be really special, there's a good chance you're going to ask friends and family where's really nice to take them, or you're going to Google it, check out the menu, check out the decor, check out the food, find some good reviews, and then you're going to go in. Now, the moment you're outside that restaurant, you haven't even touched the door yet, you've made up in your head a preconception of what that's going to be like. You have, haven't you? You can picture it. You know if it's an expensive restaurant, you know how they're going to treat you. If it's a mid-sized restaurant, you know how they're going to treat you. If it's cheap, you know, definitely know what you're going to get for your money. Nothing, right? You know. So when you're in there, they have to match your expectations, because you've already made up in your head. Anything less than perfect, you're going to think they're crap. So it all starts, the client journey starts with your marketing. So this lady who's Salon A, she's decided to leave. She's Googled you and realized that, my God, your salon's really good. Look at the reviews. I've gone to Instagram, look at the work. They've gone to your website. Oh my God, they're brilliant. They turn up at your door and you better be good, because they come with a problem. Otherwise, they wouldn't have left. And they think that you are the salon to fix it. And if you don't have the perfect client journey or a way to fix it, every single team member, then they're going to leave and they're going to try and find Salon B. And then they're going to tell everyone that you're not good enough. We have to teach this to our team, guys. People do all their research. So every new client you get, they're looking at you as the Messiah, the savior of their hair problems or beauty problems. We better be playing our A game as best we possibly can. Because right now, when clients find a good salon, they stay. And if you've not got your client journey mapped out or your systems panned out, it's something you need to work on within this next year. Lift that average bill is the most important thing we can do. Clients will start looking for cheap alternatives if you don't make their good value. If you don't do services that gives them good value, they will leave. This isn't about you being expensive. This is about you being too expensive for what you give them. There's no value in it. That's the thing. There's a difference here. Don't piss them off. Every client you've got, you're going to have to keep. This is not the time to think that you're better than them. You might have to bend a bit. You just might have to realize that your clients are paying yours and your staff's wages. And negative news will affect you and your staff. If your staff are feeling the pinch right now, if they're really feeling it, they're not going to try and sell products to the clients because they can't afford it. They're struggling with gas bills. So they're turning around to they're thinking the clients are struggling with the bills and they won't afford it. So they'll stop doing their job properly and the client will not get the fix. The client will leave. The client's come to you with a problem. She just wants the problem fixed. Your team go, she doesn't want treatment today because she probably can't afford it. She doesn't want to buy retail today because they probably can't afford it. Because they can't afford it, they push it onto them. And that's why we have to give your team a pay rise so they realize that it's not hurting them. So we can ignore negative news. We don't want it in our staff members' brains. Plan ahead. I promise you it won't affect you. Your confidence will pass. It'll pass down to your employees and then down to your clients. And they'll know with your conviction that you have control of what's going on. How many of you feel you're in control right now of everything? How many of you are scared of the next few months? Really important. I'll wait for you to type, guys. You know, some clients will whinge. They will be negative. They will say they can't afford it. You're going to have to ignore the squeaky gate. You know, even staff might say they can't afford it and they don't want to spend. Your job is not to make sure that's real. Your job is to make sure that you have a plan, you know the numbers, you know what you need to do, and you start growing the business. Your team will follow you, I promise. Luxury goods, houses, cars, expensive clothes, bags, jewelry, etc. will be affected, but not hair or beauty. You are ahead of the game. If you Google it, it's called the lipstick effect. Beauty and hair increases in a recession, but not for all. People treat us as a treat if everything is perfect. Invest time and money. Be ready for when the downturn is over. I believe, and I truly do, that you should invest in coaches to give you the business skills, ready to run. You should also invest in training for your staff so they are ready to run. Because eventually, when the downturn is over, some salon owners are going to start at ground zero. They've had a crap year, might have lost staff, and they're going to take a long time to recruit. You will be ready. You'll have everything done. You'll have your ducks in the row, your foundations built, and you'll be ready to fly. Lots of people have done this. I came on board with Richard 6 months ago. I joined up because I was failing. I was actually doing really well. They were. But because I ended up helping guidance during a period of massive growth, I felt I was drowning in a sea of numbers and tasks. Since joining iSalon, I gained clarity and direction, understand the figures. This is our top girl's wage for the week, a fortnight after tax. Do the math. If she performs like this every fortnight, every month for 4 weeks, she'll be on $95,000 a year. Thank you for bringing a lot of things to my awareness for the short time I've known you. It's great to have an outside person with a non-attached perspective who has been done exactly what they are teaching. Thanks, Richard. I felt so proud last night. I have the right mix of everything right now. My team know what to do right from the youngest, and they know they're committed. I can show you time and time again, which is the only coach that speaks sense in our world. Is it coincidence that we broke our webpage record for most individual users in the month of March, our first month with Richard? Richard McCabe, you deserve it. Even my team said, whatever you've done with us has worked. She's worked with me for 12 years and been a friend for 15. She thinks you're amazing. Thank you very much. I can show you testimonial after testimonial after testimonial. This is our business. We do it year in, year out. We literally are making salon owners some serious money right now. You know, we're getting them to the $500,000 mark and some past the $1 million mark here in the UK. So are you going to be one of the people that say 2022 was a good year for me or a bad year? If so, come and join us. I want to do a shout out to most of you guys. Like I said, never before. We have a couple of groups, and I'd love for some of you to take the plunge today. If you think you can't afford a coach, the average growth in the salon in the UK in 2021 was minus £17,000. For our salon owners, it was 80,000 growth. That's the difference. Pretty huge, hey? And most salon owners in 2021 were struggling. We were the complete opposite to them. An average salon increase in the UK in 2021 was minus 5%. You might be one of these people that just dipped a little bit. Ours, on average, or the people we looked after, was a 35% growth over the people we looked after in 2021. On average. Some didn't do so well, they didn't do the work. The ones that did, they did massive. But on average, 35% growth. Difference is huge. Like, it's huge. Do you want to lose or do you want to grow? It's no choice. The average salon cash reserve in the UK in 2021 is 8,000. 8,000 they have in their bank. That to me is working week to week. Us, our cash reserve was 40 grand. We have salon owners within a year put 100 grand in a bank account and it's theirs to do whatever they want. But on average, £40,000 they had in their bank account at the end of 2021, compared to most people that aren't our clients, which was 8. So how much do we charge and what do we do? That's got to be the biggest question right now. I'm not sure whether I want to move on anymore or not, because I'm not sure if anyone's actually listening. I'm not sure. No one's mentioned anything in the Q&A. Do you guys want to know what we do and how much we charge and if we can help you? Do you want us to offer some help? You could say no. That's okay. We don't mind. I'm still going to carry on coaching the people I coach. We have quite a few. This is about you. This is your moment in time, not mine. How are you feeling right now? Becky Smith says, yes, she's interested. Naomi says, I'm listening. Just the two of you? Should I kick everyone else out? Shall we? Who else is here? Should we let them go? Oh, Donna's here. Oh, Donna, you can stay, which is cool. Who else? Who is interested to figure out what we do? And can we or should we be the one that's interested? Hi, Leslie. We continually make 3 times what you pay us. So for every £1 you give us, we make you back 3. If you do the work, It's been happening a lot more than that. Let me tell you. I think it'll be a fair price. That means that based on last year's averages, we made £80,000 to each salon we worked with, which means how many of you on this call, let's be honest, it sounds scary, right? Would you give me £26,000 if I gave you 80,000 back? Does that make sense to a lot of you? You give me 26 and I'll give you 80. Is that a fair price? What do you think? Sounds scary, doesn't it? Give us £26,000. But 80,000 back is huge. It's 50,000 in the pocket, surely, right? More than 50 grand. And all worked it out yet? How many of you think that's a good deal? Oh, Donna's up for it. Donna, you clever so-and-so. It's true. You give me one, I give you three. You can't lose. Or has everyone suddenly gone scared? I'm not too sure. So what happened last year for some people? We've made some people 300,000 last year. So they should have gave us 100 because we were giving them 3. They got 2, we got 1, happy days. This person, we made 159,000 last year, more than what they had the year before. They should have paid me 53. This guy, poor thing, I only made him 99. He should have gave me 33 and he kept 66. You get the picture. If we can make over 100 salons an extra 80,000 each in the worst time in business history, I want you to think what we can do for you. Here's our programs. We have 2. One's designed for people taking over 200K and have 3 or more staff. And one's designed if you have less than 3 staff. The bigger group is where you should be. We help you with your marketing, your keep in touch strategy we talked about, your team meetings, your setting targets. We set you a 30% growth. We teach you how to track systems. You got 3 live coaching, group coachings a month. Accountability numbers. You send your numbers into us every month and we coach you exactly how your numbers are going. We have one-to-one bespoke coaching with me. You get to book calls every week with me. No other coach offers that. We'll set you a 30% growth in a year, 30%. And we'll charge you for a year fee of 5 grand. Nowhere near. So if you make 80 grand, you still only give me 5 and a bit. And you get to keep 75 of it. We do 12 monthly payments, of course, of about $497. There's no contracts at all. We make you at least 3 times the money you give us. How many of you are scared right now? Or how many of you are excited? If you've been in business for a while and things are tough and you know you can't do it alone, you're going to have to ask someone for help. And the question is, and it should only be the question, are we the one? And if we're not, you should be going to find other coaches that are going to help you if you can't do it on your own, if you're not there yet. We have another group for smaller ones. You don't get any one-to-ones in that. We don't get any 30% growth tracking. We just give you the modules for you to work on your own with 2 group Q&A sessions, but you get the modules to go and work on your own. If you want to work with us and bespoke, and we do one-on-one calls with you, and we teach you new stuff every month, you have to go to the big boy group because that is where the real magic happens. That is where we make you all that money. Now, my question to you is simple. You'll get your break-even worksheet. You'll get your keep in touch strategy. You'll get your fast post builder. You'll get your interviewing skills. You'll get your client journey. You'll get your team meetings and your ACE leaderships. You'll get your target and your goals. You'll know exactly the amount of clients you need in your salon per week, what the average bill is, and you'll know for the next 3 years how much money you're going to make. But today, and only today, normally we offer this. We have a course that we will give you worth $199.7 for the first 10 people, right? For the first 10 people. And we have more than 10 people on the call right now. We have a few people sitting over there. The bonus one is a marketing course. If you need marketing, we sell this for $497 on our website. You'll see it on there. We'll give you that for free. We'll give you, I'll personally check your profit and loss, and I'll dive into your business and find your holes that we don't normally do. And that's worth $1,000, and you'll get that free of charge. And number 3, I'll personally help you do your break-even point at 500. And there's one more bonus that I've never, ever done before. And I want to do it for you. And this is it. if you join today, and I mean before this call ends only. So if you're on the rerun of this, you're not going to get it. If you're watching this tomorrow and the 10 have gone, you won't get it. But you guys aren't here. If you're on the fence to join, this is the key. If you join today, and I'll send you the link and you'll know if you join today or not. You'll pay today, your first month, which is in November the 16th. I will pause your next payment, which will be December the 16th. I will null that. You'll pay nothing, and your next payment won't be due until January the 16th, which means you get a chance to join me between now and Christmas, and you can work on your 30% growth. We'll work on your dreams, because in December, we're going to be talking about where do you want to live, what house do you want to buy, how to pay yourself whatever you want, how to make sure that you can earn any money you need to earn, and we'll set you up personally with this. You'll build yourself a dream board of what car you want, what life you want, what school you want to send your kids to, and you're going to work out exactly how much money you need to live the life of your dreams. And we're doing that in the month of December. And I want you to be part of that. So between now and December, we're going to build you your 30% growth. We're going to build you a plan of what numbers you need. So how many staff you need, how many clients you need, what's the average bill, what's your wages, what's your wage percentage, all this is going to get built. So when December hits, you might be a bit too busy, right? But you watch all the videos, and then January, we start to grow your business like never before. And I'm not going to charge you for December, but I'm only doing that for the first 5 people. So if you're interested today, you only have to hit yes, send me the link. That's it.